Hello Pisces, welcome to Dragonfly Soul Tarot. This is Dot from Dragonfly Soul Tarot. Today we're doing the couples reading for July to December 2021, maybe going into January, February. I'm going to be choosing 15 cards. The first three will indicate you and where you are. The second three, them and where they are. Third three will be the relationship. Then we will look at advice and possible outcomes. Okay, so let's begin. First card we have for you is the Three of Wands. We have the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Page of Wands. Okay, and indicating them, we have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Moon. We have the Hierophant. For the relationship, we see the Ten of Wands. We see the Ace of Swords. We see the Five of Pentacles. For advice, we see the Devil. We see the Hanged Man. And we see the Ace of Cups. And possible outcomes, we have the Six of Wands. Let's see, I should probably do these just a skosh. Okay, the Six of Wands, the Justice card, and Temperance. Okay, so impatience, and boredom. Let's take a look here. So your first row, we have the Page of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands. So your relationship is, pardon me, it seems to be more based on a financial connection or a creative connection. Maybe you work with the person that you are connected with, but there is definitely a strong connection in terms of what you do. Like you both do very similar things, or you have very similar goals, right? So your goals are completely in line. You may even do different things, but you have completely aligned goals. The passion is there. It has diminished somewhat since you've been together, but it's still ongoing. But you're bored a little bit. You are looking towards greener pastures and thinking of change. You're just thinking at this point. You're not really taking action to do anything, but you may actually be thinking of starting your own sideline or something like that. But it would just be a sideline, because financially you seem to be okay with your partner, but you just think you might start some sort of sideline. In terms of romance, right now that is not a big priority for you. You seem to have put it on the back burner, but this indicates to me that you were more interested in money and creative endeavors, and you're a little bit bored with your relationship, so your mind is preoccupied with other things at this time. So let's look at them. Okay, so they are preoccupied with making this a conventional relationship, and they are going through some sort of mental and emotional stress right now. Some back and forth, wondering where you are, why you sometimes seem so distant. They are putting in the work, just as you are, to contribute to this relationship, although they're more concerned with being together as a traditional unit. And you don't seem to be on the same page in that regard. So this may be You may be thinking of a more unconventional relationship, and they're thinking of more of a conventional relationship, like you prefer to stay living common law, and they may be thinking of tying the knot so that, you know, they look respectable in their family's eyes, but they're also involved in their work as well. But when it comes to the couples part of things, they're kind of concerned about where you are in terms of being on the same page with them in the romantic sense. Because in terms of the financial sense, you guys have, you guys are almost of the same mind. Sure, you guys can work together and make a decent living. And if you want to pursue a sideline, they're right there with you. Yeah, they're right there with you. So in terms of financial stability of the relationship, the future brings no blind sides. But in terms of the relationship itself, what you both want, your picture of what a perfect relationship is and what their picture of a perfect relationship is kind of differing. It's kind of, you're kind of wondering if maybe you want something different than what they want. They're looking at things more conventionally, and you're looking at things more unconventionally, right? So you may be a little bit bored with them trying to convert you to what they think a couple should look like. You just want to do your thing and be together, but they want a certain sort of structure added to the relationship. Now, the relationship itself, we have a lot of hard work here, which is not surprising because both of you are like-minded in terms of work. But we have the Five of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. The Five of Pentacles indicating lack. So there's a lack of something, and the Ace of Swords indicates to me a lack of truth because the swords cut through the lies. So it seems to me like there's a lot of denial. Maybe they will think that you will come around to their way of thinking, and maybe you are just not looking at this issue head on right now. So you're looking at other things, and they're thinking that maybe with time and a little bit of patience and some work, they will get you to come around. But it seems like the relationship is just going on and on, continuously, just being a lot of work and not a lot of play. Trying to build up those resources, trying to get to a certain place. Now, it could be that no, I don't think this is a job loss or anything like that. But it could be that someone is going back to school, and so that puts all the onus on you. So that's a lot of work. And that could be what is causing some lack in the financial area here. Or somebody is quitting their job to pursue a sideline, and then, resources are a little bit more scarce, and having to put in so much extra work, there's no time for love and play. The Ace of Swords, though, needs to make you aware that this is a slippery slope. Okay, so this can go on for so long. This denial and this ambivalence here can only go on for so long before things come to a head. So that is what the Ace of Swords is showing up in the relationship for, which means it's time to cut through the BS and look at things as they really are, and ask yourself, is this, are we able to meet in the middle on this particular issue here? Because you're fine in all other areas, but there's one issue that comes to your relationship that you don't see eye to eye on, and the Ace of Swords is what is saying that you need to cut through that denial and see the truth for what it is. Okay, so I think these three cards are really in contrast to the subtle, like when I saw these cards, the first thing I thought was like, someone's bored to tears. And then I see these two cards, is like, how can somebody be bored when there's this kind of energy around them? Like, this is the Ace of Cups and the Devil card. I mean, at the very least, the Devil card brings much sexual intensity. It is possible that that could be too much. That's why he's the devil. But the thing is, if there's none of it at all, how do we get at least a little bit of this crazy, sex on the kitchen table kind of passion back into our life, right? Was it ever there? Well, yeah. Well, we need to build the relationship from the ground up, just like you're working on your financial resources from the ground up. Start with the foundation, and then the physical intimacy will come along, and all that is going to take a change in perspective. These are two major arcana cards here, so they're very, very loud in this row here. And the Ace of Cups, of course, is the card of love and a full heart. So we need to start with a full heart. We need to start by changing our perspective, and then we can achieve a closer relationship, both emotionally and physically as well. So it's going to take a big change in perspective there to get things back on track here. So now we have two more major arcanas as the possible outcome. Temperance, which is the card of taking your time, doing things right, being patient, putting together your resources and doing things together. And then the Justice card, the card of balance. In terms of the relationship, the Justice card also can have something to do with contracts as well. And we have the Six of Wands, and that indicates a triumph over adversity in some manner. So within the 6 months, there's going to be some sort of contract drawn out and a triumph over adversity. Is this a romantic thing? Well, maybe if this happens, if we have that shift in perspective, this energy can be directed towards the relationship. As it stands now, it seems like all the, like 90% of the energies from both sides is directed towards stability and gaining resources. There is some sort of triumph in the future. It would take some patience in doing your due diligence. So we have Justice telling us to take a macro look at the details and scrutinize everything before finalizing things. Yeah, this really seems to me like someone is going back to school and going to put that's going to put a lot of strain on the partner, and there's a lot of worry about that. Someone is going to be stepping back from being a breadwinner and you may be going from a a 2-income household to a 1-income household, and that it could put some strain on the relationship. It's not clear who is the person that is going to pursue this avenue. Could be either of you, could be both of you. But it's most likely you that is going back to school or pursuing some other, stepping out of the breadwinner role, and that's going to put a lot more stress on the other person. And so you want to make sure that when you do, when and if you do, like if you are going to start off your own sideline or something like that, that you don't get sucked into something that is not good for you. Take your time, do your due diligence, make sure that you scrutinize all the details, and that you have patience, because success is there in the end. Now this seems to be more of an outcome in terms of the relationship overall, but when it comes to the romantic side of the relationship, the key advice here is to change your perspective about the relationship and focus on the emotions in the other person, and focus on the intimacy with the other person. Okay? So that was your reading, Pisces. So let me know down below if that spoke to you. It seemed rather specific, so if this reading resonated with you, please leave a comment, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you know anybody who needs to hear these messages, please let them know so that they can hear these messages too. Don't forget, at least 2 friends. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time, Pisces. Bye for now.